It is the moment you have been waiting for since the season concluded last season concluded back in April. It is time for more NASCAR. NASCAR is back, and it's the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. Joining me in the broadcast booth, Hunter McKinnon, not Mason Urbane here, and we are just kidding, by the way. It's actually Adam Salamander and Michael Cartrip. We thought you guys would get a kick out of that one. But anyways, Michael, it's race day. For the first time in a long time, the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. And let me tell you something, Michael. These cars have not been on the track with each other yet this weekend because they had qualifying Wednesday night, which was single car qualifying. Urbane and Logano are on the front row. Denny Hamlin had some issues with his engine, so Joey Logano inherits that position. And so let's talk about that. So we had the single car qualifying. Thursday night we had the dual races. Duel 1 won by Urbane. Duel 2 won by Ryan Preece. And that has set the field for today's race. What do you say we go trackside, Michael, and get the command to fire engines and get this race underway?
The teams are on the grid, the sun is shining, and we're just moments away from the start of the Great American Race, the Daytona 500. So let's send it trackside to command.
The engines are fired. Let's do our race analysis. We're going to go 200 laps, 500 miles. Stages 1 and 2, 60 laps. Final stage, 70 laps. Urbane Logano on the front row. Green flag and the Daytona 500 is underway. So Austin Cindric up there. Ryan Blaney. Some cars had to start further back in the field. But this is the first time all 40 cars are on track, partner. So remember, 65 laps in stages 1 and 2, 70 in the final stage. So they head down the backstretch for the final time. And later tonight, 1 hour after the completion of the Daytona 500, we will be running the ARCA Menards Series season opener, the Menards 200, here at Daytona International Speedway. Joey Logano inherits the lead, but not for long. Here comes the 18 on his inside of Urbane. He's going to retake the lead. Gets a push from Cindric. And Logano's going to get stuck in the middle, so he's going to lose some position there. We'll say they get about 38 laps of fuel, so there will be pit stops. Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace fighting for second there. Well, solid start to the 500 so far, would you say, partner? Brand new car number for Urbane this season. Brand new sponsor. You see Mobile One on board. Advanced Auto Parts and Mobile One are two new sponsors for them this season in the Cup Series. Keep in mind, a win gets you a guaranteed spot in the playoffs. We still do playoffs in this league. So if he wins today, he'll be fighting for a 7th championship later in the season. A reminder, and we'll remind you of this throughout the race, but Wednesday night is our famous exhibition race that we do in this league, the Class of 2026 race, to honor collegiate level or high school graduate levels for this year. Started in 2022, took a 2-year hiatus, came back last season. We got it on Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on FoxTube TV. So a midweek exhibition race as we shift over to Atlanta next Sunday. Joey Logano back up to 5th place after falling out of the top 5 when we came around to complete lap number 1. He must have lagged. It's alright, we still got it for you guys. So, like we said, Urbane won the pole Wednesday night. Turned around, won the dual race Thursday night. He's now led 7 laps of this 500. Hang on 1 second, folks. Actually, I better just move it to my... I'm going to leave this party chat then and put it on my TV. Cindric takes over 2nd. Logano back up to 3rd. Team Penske 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's Team Urbane, Team Penske, and Team Hendrick in the top 5. 1 car for Team Urbane and Team Hendrick. All 3 Penske cars for Team Penske. this. The pack's broken up. The leaders a little over 5 seconds ahead of second place. And that second place, the rest of the top 5 pack is broken up. We got broken up packs here on track. It's not something you see every day. 10 laps complete of 200 in the Daytona 500, and we'll take you side by side for the first time in 2026. You won't miss a thing. Daytona 500 on Fox Tube TV is presented by Urbane Woodworking and Time Gap Treasures. Urbane himself continues to lead over Bubba Wallace as his teammate Christopher Bell has fallen from second back in the pack. Also, DeMont, if you just want to go ahead and send me your username again, it has been so long, man. I honestly forgot what it was. So it's Toyota Racing Development, positions 1 and 2. Or Toyota Gazoo Racing, whatever you want to call it. Positions 1 and 2, Urbane and Wallace. So there's also another Toyota into the mix, Tyler Reddick into the top 5. So 3 Toyotas in the top 5, a Chevrolet and a Ford. So we got all 3 manufacturers in the top 5. Keselowski makes a move to second, though. How about that? Oh, Bubba Wallace back to second, though. They're fighting for second. Now, keep in mind, there will be pit stops in this stage. We have been green since the start. But that very much could change. Realistically, I would say knock 33 laps down before the caution comes out, and you should be able to pit and be good for the rest of the stage. So lap 33 or 34, they should be good to come down pit road for their stop. If we continue to run long without a caution, the 18 might catch up to this lap traffic. It's going to take a little bit because they are in a pack compared to him, but he might catch up to him, but he caught up to him in the truck race Friday night, and then the truck went around and crashed, which technically helped with the pit cycle. But you don't usually see cars lap cars like that on super speedways. That's usually a thing for the intermediates, road courses. Well, not really road courses either, but the intermediate short tracks and mile-and-a-halfs, speedways, that's usually where you see that. These super speedways, though, you don't really see too many laps. And the only time they would really go a lap down is if they're on pit road. The leader has roughly about 14 laps before he has to come down pit road. So 10 laps would be lap 34. So he could realistically make it to lap 38 before he technically runs out of gas. And there's still a long ways to go before we're there. You don't want the caution to come out on lap 28, because then realistically you would technically have 1 to 2 more laps, or maybe even 3 more laps of fuel than the number of laps left in the stage. But the problem is that can go quickly, especially if you're the leader. So you're going to want to make sure you have less than 35 to go in the stage before you opt to come down pit road. Realistically, if caution does come out, most likely the whole field will pit, but the problem is they're not guaranteed to make it to the end of the stage unless if we get repeated cautions, and cautions do breed cautions. That is not out of the ordinary for races. Doesn't matter where we're racing at. Cautions breed cautions. ran 26 green flag laps though, so we have been green since the start of this race. Now if the stage does run green, we will be seeing a caution at the end of this stage, so at the end of stages 1 and 2, there will be a caution. So there will at least be 2 cautions in this race. Obviously it's Daytona, so there's a chance we see more than just 2 cautions. But I mean, so far we haven't. And more than likely, that's going to change in stages 2 and 3. We might see more cautions in stages 2 and 3. More so in stage 3 than the final stage than the first 2. The first 2, it's kind of early, so the drivers kind of just try to battle for the stage points and try to get up there. But once we get to the final stage, especially when it's crunch time and time to go, you're going to see bad blocks, bad pushes, and that's what's going to lead to wrecks and cautions. Now the cars Urbane is currently trying to catch are in turn 3. You see them up there. That's a big pack, so there's going to be a lot of cars that are going to lose a lap if he catches them if we stay under the green flag. So you need to at least get to lap 30 of 65 here in the first stage for a caution to set you up to be able to make it to the end of the stage, if it does come out. Might be able to get away if it comes out now, but I would, if I'm a driver in the field right now, I'd feel better if it came out next time by or even later in the stage. But not too late to where you're either A, having to run green flag stops, or B, running out of fuel and tires. About 9 laps of fuel estimated to be left in the leader's car. He's catching that lap traffic. Each time the leader has ran down the lap cars though, or the tail end of the pack, in the truck race and last season and the seasons before that, somebody usually caused a caution right in front of them in the pack, so there's a chance we could see a big one here early. Now we're at that point in the stage, though, to where the driver should be good if the caution comes out. So one car has lost the pack. If we stay green, should be easy for the 18 to catch that car, and he can use that car as a pick to catch the other ones. Oh, there might be chaos up here. We saw some smoke, but it looks like everything's under control. 35 laps to go here in the opening stage. Alex Bowman's is second. And Christopher Bell. Oh, there it goes! There's the wreck. Noah Gregson, and the caution is out. We knew it was coming.
You happy with these pit options?
First caution of the day. And yes, the cars will be able, or the field will be able to make it to the end of the stage because there will be 32 laps to go in the stage when we go green. But how about that? We ran 30 green flag laps before the first caution of the day. So it's going to be Urbane and Bowman on the front row as they enter the United Rentals restart zone.
There's the
Green flag back in the air. We're back to racing here. So the Toyota and Chevy on the front row will be able to make it to the end of the stage because 38 laps of fuel, there's now 32 to go.
Stay low.
Whoa, hang on to it there, guys.
Stay low. Hold your line.
looking to do what Logano did on the opening lap. Can't get clear on the leader. Speaking of Logano, back into the top 5 for him. The 18 hangs on to the lead here, coming off of turn number 4. 30 to go next time at the line on the stage. Now we do say cautions and precautions. The first 30 laps of the race were ran under the green flag. Will the stage go green the rest of the way? Or will we see some more cautions? You can put your predictions in the comments below if you want a shout out during the next race. Wasted no time getting back out front there and hanging on to it. He won the Busch Light, or not Busch Light Clash, he won the Cookout Clash a week ago, backed it up with a dual win Thursday, so he was perfect during the preseason. And he's led them all so far here in the season opener. That has the potential to change though as we run. He started off leading them all in the truck race on Friday night. Did not end up leading them all, but led the most laps and claimed a dominant victory, his 4th career win at Daytona in the Craftsman Truck Series. In the season opener, that is. They used to run 2 races here in the Craftsman Truck Series. They ran it for about 3 years. He was perfect in those, 3 for 3. They went back down to just 1 race a season. And honestly, I feel like that's better for the Truck Series. They don't really need to run, 2 races at the same track each season. The only track they're going to run 2 races at this season will be Richmond, because All-Star Weekend is at Richmond. They'll run that race on Friday night, and then they'll run it again on another Friday night towards the end of the regular season. The schedule looks different this year though. Playoffs are completely different. But we're not going to talk about that right now because we're obviously just starting the season. It's a brand new season. Let's talk about what we got going on right here, right now. Was up there fighting Urban for the lead. He's got Cindric behind him. I think there's another car behind Cindric. Could be wrong. No, it's just Byron and Cindric. So the top 3 has broken away from the pack, and the pack broke up again. laps to go. Stage 1 will take you side by side again. You won't miss a thing. You're watching the Daytona 500 on Fox 2 TV. Irving, Byron, Cindric, Bell, and Reddick, the top 5. laps to go with stage one. It's Urban, Blaney, Larson, Briscoe, and Gill in the top five now. So two Team Urban cars in the top five. Then it's one Penske, one Hendrick, and one Front Row Motorsports car. So Team Urban has the most cars in the top five right now. Kind of wish it would show the top 10. I feel like that'd be kind of cool, but maybe in the next NASCAR game. So far, we've had 48 green flag laps this stage. The only caution of the stage came on lap 31 as Noah Gregson went around in turns 1 and 2 here. And that set these guys up to be able to make it to the end of the stage. They got about 19 laps estimated left in their car. At least the leader does. So that's plenty enough fuel to make it to the end of the stage here. And then they're going to pit and change tires at the end of the stage, and then we'll re-rack them for another 65 laps. That will take us to lap 130, and then we'll restart on lap 131, with 70 to go in the race for the final stage. And then reminder, 1 hour after the checkered flag flies here in the Daytona 500, the ARCA Menards Series gets their season underway in the 2026 season with the Menards 200 here at Daytona. And then tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on 5 Speed TV, the Nascar O'Reilly Auto Parts Series gets their season underway with the United Rentals 300. That race was moved from yesterday to Monday, so they're going to run that on Monday night. And then Wednesday night, 2 days after the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race here at Daytona, the Cup Series will head to Nashville for an exhibition race, the Class of 2026 race, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Fox 2 TV. So if you're a 2026 graduate, rather high school or college, be sure to tune in for that. That race is to salute you for your accomplishments. The whole field will be in it this season. There was only half the field in it last year. But the whole field will be in it, NASCAR says, and it changes from just 75 laps to 150 laps, so 50% of the normal race we race at Nashville. It's normally 300 laps, which we will race there later in the season. The Cup Series will race there later in the season. That will be after our coverage is done for the season. But we will get to cover a Nashville race Wednesday night. So, yeah, pretty busy couple nights. And then obviously college football and NFL is returning after their hiatus. So that way those seasons can be finished. The top 5 has shifted around a lot all stage. But the only car that's been the same car in the top 5 for the entire race so far is the leader, the 18. He's been up front all race. Looking to close out these last 10 laps at the line. Stage number 1. Now, the teams, we're being told, will swap their Daytona 500 cars out with their Nashville cars for Wednesday night because they're just going to leave right from Daytona and head straight to Nashville. So the cars you see on track today will be swapped out with the ones that are racing Wednesday night. These ones will head back to the shop, and more than likely these cars will be used at Atlanta next Sunday. Which again, they will exchange cars at Nashville and just head straight down to Atlanta. That way they ain't gotta run back and forth to the shops and then back to the tracks. And then after Atlanta, they'll head back to the shops, get their cars, and then head to Circuit of the Americas. The only series heading back to the shops after this weekend will be the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series team and the Craftsman Truck Series trucks and the Arca Menard Series haulers, because those guys will not be racing at Nashville Wednesday night. So the truck and O'Reilly haulers will head back to the shops, get their cars ready for Atlanta. They'll head down to Atlanta, and Arca will head back to the shop for a couple weeks because their next race isn't until Phoenix after tonight. So they got a couple weeks to get their cars ready to go for that race. But the Cup guys won't be heading back to their shops until after next Sunday. We've been green since the restart on lap 34. Will we stay that way the rest of the stage? Coming to 6 to go at the line. Oh, no, we're not gonna. There's a crash.
Caution.
In turns 3 and 4.
Pit road's open this time.
It involves Catherine Legg and I believe AJ Allmendinger or somebody else, but the caution is out for the second time. So if we run green the rest of the stage, it will be 59 of 65 laps ran under the green flag, which is still pretty good. It's a lot better than what happened in the Clash. It was more like the the Cookout Crash at Bristol. And Duel 2 was more of a crash at Daytona too. It was like the Junkyard 250 instead of the America 250 Duel 2. So Irvine and Blaney on the front row. This is for the stage win. If the caution comes out now, the stage is over. 2 cautions into the United Rentals restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Let's close out stage 1. So 3 laps to go here, stage 1. Have to see if Briscoe can get ahead of Larson before the end of the stage. That way he can be behind his boss and his teammate for the restart in stage 2. But I imagine it's going to be a fight between Blaney and the leader for the stage win. Oh, but Irving gets ahead of Blaney. And so does Larson. Larson's up there. A lot of cars losing ground. Briscoe's going to go straight to the back. Oh, there goes Larson. And that's going to end the stage.
10 points right there. Good job, driver.
Caution is out again. So that's 56 of 60 laps ran under the green flag. Still pretty, or 65, correction. Still pretty good, but oh my goodness, Larson just went for a spin there. So the top 9 is Urbane, Cindric, Larson, Logano, Reddick, Byron, Blaney, Berry, and Keselowski.
Does this look good to you, driver? Sounds good. We're coming in, fellas.
Alright. They hit pit road for 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles and the Splash of Snowmobile. Austin Dillon stayed out. So Irving will have to restart second. Here we go to the United Rentals restart zone.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Stage 2 underway.
Carlo
Dillon, if you count IRL, is a Daytona 500 champ. Is Reddick going to help his manufacturer teammate? He is. He's going to push the 18. He's going to push him ahead of Austin Dillon. Everything's going to dive to the low side immediately after clearing him. So because this isn't like IRL NASCAR where it takes off the laps from the stage, technically the 18 of Irving has still led every lap of this race so far. Because obviously it says lap 1, now 2 instead of 4, like it would if it was an IRL race. Kind of wish they would add that into the game, that would be kind of cool. Because technically IRL, it would be whatever lap it was. Because the lap would still count under the caution flag. Needless to say, Tyler Reddick takes second place away. So it's Toyotas in first and second. I think I see Bubba Wallace on the high side there trying to get something going. So at the end of stage 1 it was 56 out of 200 under the green flag. It's going to be 59 out of 200 under the green flag. Next time by, those are the number of laps we have completed. So we ran 9 caution laps total in the race. We say cautions breed cautions. There's been 3 cautions so far. Caution on lap 30, and a caution as we were entering the closing stages of stage 1 with 6 to go. And then coming back around to 2 to go, Kyle Larson goes for a spin in the tri-oval, collects a couple cars that end the stage under caution. Urban gets the first stage win of 2026, and he's in command here. How about Larson, though, rebounding after the spin? He finished 3rd in that stage, so didn't lose too many spots there. But rebounding after the spin, back up to 2nd where he was when he spun. Joey Logano back up there in the top 5. He's kind of had an off and on day. He started 2nd. Priest ended up having to go to the back of the pack due to an engine change as well. So that is why Logano got the 2nd starting position. Looking to add to their excellent start to the season. They got the Clash Duel 1, Daytona 500 pole, stage 1 win here in the Daytona 500. The truck race win, swept the stages in that race as well. Can add on to it. And obviously in the ARCA and O'Reilly races, they'll be looking to add on to it as well. Chase Elliott up there in 3rd. He was up there in the top 5 during Duel 1 Thursday night. Here's Ricky Stenhouse Jr. into the mix. He was up there earlier in the top 5, same with Elliott. Hendrick Motorsports has the most cars in the top 5. Chevy has the most cars in general. But still, all 3 manufacturers in the top 5. If you think about it too, different body style in this Daytona 500 than there was last year. We had the old Camry in the Daytona 500 in 2025. And now it's the new style Camry. Here in 2026. Keselowski back up to second. His top 5 is getting interesting. Toyota, Ford, Chevy, Ford is the top 5. As we come back around to complete 10 laps of 65 here in stage 2, we will go side by side. You won't miss a thing. You're watching the Daytona 500 on Fox 2 TV. Don't go. 45 laps remain in stage 2 as we look to the back of the Daytona 500. The 56 at Corey Heim has gone a lap down. Corey Heim will be in the 56 when he's not racing the 67 car. And AJ Allmendinger about to lose a lap here. And he's officially lost it. So Allmendinger and Corey Heim a lap down. Allmendinger will be getting his lap back. At the end of the stage, if we stay green, but obviously we're probably not going to because stage 1 didn't stay green for the whole stage. In fact, we made it 30 laps before the first caution of the race. We've had 3 cautions and been green since the restart for stage 2 here. Feeling though that once Urbane catches one of those packs up there, we're going to get a 4th caution. I don't know what it is, but as soon as he catches up to the pack, somebody spins. And we thought that was kind of going to happen when he caught up to Martin Truex Jr., correction, Corey Heim and AJ Allmendinger, but that did not happen. It's a good thing it didn't because, for the field's sake, because it's still too early to make it to the end of the stage. You would need a second pit stop in the stage to be able to make it to the end if the caution had come out and you pit then. Urbane is catching up to those packs. He caught up to Corey Heim and then ran down AJ Allmendinger like there was no tomorrow. He's going to catch up to those packs. Hopefully it happens on lap... Hopefully if he does catch up to him and the caution comes out, it happens on lap 28 of 65 here in the stage because that means they would restart... Or not 28. Hopefully it happens on lap 30 again after 30 laps have been complete because then they can guarantee... They are guaranteed to make it to the end of the stage. Final stage will require 2 pit stops. You go 38 laps. But once we get down to 40 to go, that's going to be 1 stop, and then probably less than 30 to go, they'll stop for the final stop. And they'll be able to make it to the end of the race. Hang on 1 sec, folks. I kind of have to check that. Realistically, if the caution is going to come out before we complete 30 laps this stage, you want to be on lap 29 because that means you would restart on lap 32, plenty of fuel to make it to the end of the stage. And also watch out for brakes too. You might get brakes, you might see some cautions and be able to save even more fuel too. should be able to make it around 2 more times if the caution is going to come out before it does, but of course, Daytona, you never know. No, he's not. That's going to be a caution.
Yellow's
Cody
out.
Ware into the wall hard. Oh,
Pit road's
yeah, it's
open
Cody
this time.
Ware. That is the 4th caution of the race. And it comes on lap 27 of 65 here in stage 2. Looks like everyone is going to stay off of pit road, and they're going to head to the United Rentals restart zone. So they got 11 laps estimated of fuel left. So they're
10 away.
so we might see a green flag stop, but cautions do breed cautions.
Green.
Into the United Rentals
Outside
restart
now.
zone, back under green here in the Daytona 500 on lap 30 of 65.
Stay low.
Going to be 35 to go next time by. So now, if the caution comes out again, everybody will be able to pit and make it to the end of the stage. Or we might see some green flag stops, like I said.
Still there.
Ooh, Urbane trying to break up Bell and Logano there. Not going to be able to do it. Logano takes the lead for a minute. With the help of Christopher Bell. Ooh, the 18 loose. But he's going to be able to take the lead right back.
We're out front, driver. You're all clear.
Gets up and blocks Logano. 35 to go in the stage. Allmendinger got his lap back. That means Corey Heim is the only car 1 lap down now. So 4 cautions so far in the Daytona 500. Urbane and Bell back in the lead of this race, so Team Urbane positions 1 and 2. 3 Toyotas in the top 5, Urbane, Bell, and Reddick. Ooh, Urbane got the wall a couple times there. That's going to slow him down a little bit. This pack's going to catch right up to him. Don't seem to be catching them that fast. Now Bell's starting to lose time, so they're starting to lose time on the leader. The field really just has to hope for another wreck to avoid having to pit under green flag conditions. This is the lap we restarted on last stage after the first caution. Everybody was set, fuel-wise. There's cars on pit road, watch this. going to lose a lap. Unless if the caution saves them. Those cars are going to stay out if the caution comes out because they just did. There goes a car, I think it is Chase Briscoe, and that saves the entire field.
Do you want to make any changes here? Here we come, fellas, be ready.
And now they can make it to the end of the stage.
Coming to the green.
So Allmendinger takes the lead. Urbane will have led all
Be ready now.
but 3 laps so far.
There's the green flag.
So that means at the end of the stage, if he gets the lead back here, he will have led 127 of 130 laps so far. That's assuming he gets the lead before another lap is led by the
One
leader.
outside. Clear high if you want it. One on the bottom. Car outside. 3 wide. One inside.
His pusher gives Urbane a push.
3 wide. 4 wide.
Now Ryan Blaney getting a push. The 18 has a massive run. I don't think Blaney's going to
All clear. One
be
low.
able to hang on to this lead for very long here.
Out front, my Joe.
Urbane retakes the lead. Got a little bit of damage there. So yeah, it's going to be 127 of 130 laps led. If he hangs on here. But he can make it everybody can now make it to the end of the stage. But look at the top 5 now. It looks different. Austin Hill driving the 99 today in the 500. Actually, no, Connor Zillish. We'll say Connor Zillish. So Connor Zillish driving the 99. We'll just pretend that's him in the races. He's not driving these. That makes a lot more sense. Oh, Blaney with a run here. Let's see what he can do. Oh, he's getting blocked though. Blaney doesn't want to give up the lead. I don't blame him. Why would you want to give up the lead in the Great American Race?
You're all clear.
Especially in the year of the 250th birthday of America. Cindric trying to get the lead and he can't. How about Daniel Suarez into the top 5 now?
Outside. Clear high.
25 laps to go, stage 2, and we'll take you side by side. You won't miss a thing. It's Urbane, Cindric, Busher, Blaney, and Suarez, the top 5. So it's looking like one last thing before we go. I know it's early this episode. One last thing before we go. It's looking like 9 p.m. the ARCA race could start because the Daytona 500 possibly might be over a little after 8. So a little bit after 9, you should be seeing the green flag for the Arctics. Now we are going to go back side by side. laps to go. Whoa, 18 got a little loose there. But 15 laps to go, stage 2 here in the Daytona 500. Toyota, Chevy, and Ford all in the top 5. We saw that a lot today. But this is the first time we saw Daniel Suarez up here in the top 5, and he's actually been there for a little bit. So Spire Motorsports running good at the Bolsonaro Racing. They usually always do. 2019 Daytona July, Justin Haley won the race here. And IRL at Talladega this season, Carson Hocevar won the race. So now they have 2 career wins in the history of the Nascar Cup Series. But that team does not have as many career wins as Team Urban does. The field is broken up. We saw this a lot in the race so far, and I feel like it's going to continue as the race continues on. Final stage 5 laps longer than stages 1 and 2. Remember, it's 70 laps. It used to be 80 laps. The stages used to be 60, 60, and 80. But then they changed it to 65, 65, and 70. And that's how it's been the past couple of years. Is that Chase Briscoe or Cody Ware? We'll have to see. Either way, it's not going to be a happy day for one of those guys. Could be neither. It's actually Corey Hines. So for the second time today, he's going to lose a lap. He did get his lap back, but now he's lost another one. Going to be 10 laps to go at the line. Here in stage number 2. Laps to go, stage 2. We have yet to see caution flag number 5, but we have a feeling it's going to be coming soon. Looks like AJ Allmendinger. No, that's actually Riley Herbst. Correction. Riley Herbst's going to lose a lap, so that's 2 Toyotas that have lost a lap now. Luckily for Riley Herbst, he is in position to get the free pass during the next caution. like second place. Austin Cindric has caught up to Corey Heim there. And is getting ready to put him a lap down. Oh, he is a lap down, but essentially a lap down to himself. So. Urban was here a couple weeks ago, ran the Rolex 24, was a lap down early, got it back, was able to take the overall lead and win the Rolex 24. He's had a great history here at Daytona. Coming up on 5 to go next time by. And as of right now, we are unsure if to, as rather or not, if the caution comes out, will it win the stage? We don't know. We're still trying to figure that out. Because in past NASCAR games, you had to get to under 5 to go in the stage before a caution could realistically win it. We're going to know the answer for sure if we get to the start-finish line before the caution comes out. That will be a yes, the next caution will end the stage if we don't go green the rest of the way. Which, unless if he catches up to those cars enough to where somebody decides to go for a spin, we should be able to complete this under the green flag, but wouldn't be surprised if we don't.
5 to go this time.
5 laps to go, in correction, I stand corrected. It'll be the next time by that we'll be able to... or that the stage will be able to end under caution if the caution comes out. And it might possibly end. Oh, caution, it's going to end, yes. Caution does end stage 2. As well, it's Cody Ware going for a spin. Does the 5th caution of the race.
You want any tweaks to this strategy? Pitting now, fellas. Here we come.
So Urbane opts to pit. He's led every lap but 3 so far. But here they come off of turn number 4. And the final stage of the Daytona 500 is underway. And I kind of like the fact that they did a nighttime feature for the final stage here in the 500. So they definitely were taking realism to the next level, because in 2025,
still there.
We had the delay, the rain delay, and it finished under the lights. So I kind of like the fact that it starts, you know, in daylight, around the time it does, then it kind of starts to get dusk in stage 2, and in the final stage, it actually is nighttime. I kind of like that. I hope they bring that back in the next game, but they probably won't because the whole race got in. But you never know. So everybody able to hang on to the lead here.
Caution.
Oh, there's a caution already.
Pit road is open.
And we've only completed one lap here in the final stage. So we're going to restart with 66 laps to go. Look at the top 9 there. How about Michigander Eric Jones? 2 Michiganders up there in the top 10. Guess it's a day of Michiganders here at Daytona and the Daytona 500. Urban, Keselowski, Jones, and Hocevar are the 4 Michiganders competing in the Cup Series. We enter the United Rentals restart zone. It's Irvine and Cindric as we go back under the green flag. So around 40 laps to go is when we will have to pit for the first time, and then after that it can be at any point under 35 laps to go. Realistically, under 35 to go, you can pit at any point to guarantee yourself to make it to the end of the race. But it is going to take at least 2 stops here in this final stage.
Hold your line. Clear high if you want it.
Oh, look at Bubba Wallace making a run back towards the front here. And the caution is back out again. That's the 7th caution of the race. And we're at 65 laps remaining. So basically it's just stages 1 and 2 all over again. Of course, we're going to get a restart with 62 laps to go. See, we told you. Final stage, you're going to see caution flags peak. So it's going to be Irvine and Logano on the front row for the restart. Cindric really went backwards. How about Josh Berry in the top 10? He's technically another Penske car because Penske and the Wood brothers are associated with each other. So Team Penske's had a day in the top 10. Team Irvine, not really so much. I mean, they've had a couple cars up there. But anyways, green flag back in the air. We completed 1 lap in the stage, got a caution. Completed another 1 lap again, got another caution in the stage. So 7 total cautions throughout the race. 2 of those in the stage, or actually all 7 for incident because, yeah, all 7 for incident because 2 of them ended the stages. And it was all due to incidents. Meanwhile, Josh Berry trying to go 3 wide. Joey Logano trying to take the lead away from the 18, but the 18 saying nada.
Clear high.
Caution again. Yep, it's going to be a caution again. There goes Joey Logano. We cannot complete more than 1 lap, folks. The Daytona 500 is about to have cautions to the end. We're going to complete 1 lap under the green flag. Caution's going to come out, right? This is how it's going to work the rest of the race. That's the 8th caution. We have completed 3 laps under the green flag this stage so far. We completed 30 under the green flag in stage 1 before the first caution, and 26 under the green flag in stage 2 before the first caution of that stage. We have completed just 3 green flag laps this stage,
Pace cars off.
only completing 1 lap each before the caution came out again. Into the United Rental restart zone, Toyota and Toyota as we go green again. Remember guys, we're going to come around next time by instant caution. That's how we do it in the Daytona 500. Chris Buescher, a couple wins here, IRL at Daytona.
Stay low.
Or I should say a win here at Daytona, IRL.
Stay low.
He's been up here in the top 5 a lot today.
Stay
It's
low.
kind of hard to believe it, but we're about to be 10 laps away. Still got quite a few laps to run, but once we get to lap 151, we'll be 10 laps away, because that'll be 50 to go. We'll be 10 laps away from the first pit stops that are necessary to make it to the end of the race. Instant caution, here we go. Oh, we've held on to it so far. Can we make it 2 laps? Look at that, we've made it 2 laps since the restart. See if we can knock another one down. Man, look at the field already split up again. And the longer we run, the more it's going to split up. Also, fun fact, back in stage 2, before that caution came out and saved everybody, Irving was going to pit, which would have given the lead to Tyler Reddick and those guys in charge. But he was going to pit for tires and fuel under the green flag. And that caution came out and saved him. And the only one who didn't pit was Austin Dillon, I think. Oh wait, no, that was a different time. I think that was the end of stage 1. Well, I gotta say I'm amused. We finally made it more than 1 lap before the caution came out. Restarted the stage, 1 lap caution. Restarted, 1 lap caution. Restarted, 1 lap caution. Finally, the field has gotten it together. But the cautions are going to continue to pile on throughout this final stage. We're probably going to get into the teens in the total number of cautions before the end of this race. The Arca Menards series, Menards 200 goes green an hour after the Daytona 500 concludes. Right here on Fox Tube TV. And this is kind of a weird start to the season, because usually it's exhibition race, qualifying races, Daytona 500, and then each race after that up to the All-Star races for points. This schedule has a points race, the Daytona 500 for the Cup Series, and then an exhibition race following that, and then it's straight points-paying races until the All-Star race. So whatever points are given out here in the Daytona 500 will still be the same points until we get to Atlanta. You're not going to see people get points Wednesday night here in the Cup Series. It's an exhibition event, no points. Like we said, the path is starting to break up to how it was in the first two stages. Closing in on 50 laps to go in the Great American Race. Laps to go in the Great American Race, and we'll take you side by side. You won't miss it. Urban, Logano, Cindric, Bell, and Blaney, the top five. go in the Great American Race as we welcome back to the Daytona 500. Urban continues to lead over Cindric. Christopher Bell's found his way back into the top 5. Same with Brad Keselowski and William Byron. Those guys have been in and out of the top 5 all evening, you should say. But all but 3 laps, that 18 car has been in control. AJ Allmendinger led the 3 laps under caution because he did not pit, because he had already pit with Chase Briscoe before Briscoe had spun, bringing out the caution. We have been green since the last restart. Remember when we couldn't run more than 1 lap before the caution came out? And now the pits are open, essentially. I mean, still got 14 laps of fuel in that tank. Might honestly be able to cut it down to under 30 to go. Might only have to do 1 stop here in the final stage. We were thinking 2, but thanks to those 3 cautions at the start of the stage here, with 69, 65, and so forth left to go in the stage, they realistically got enough fuel. They could do 1 stop and make it, but it depends. I'm telling you what, if the caution comes out though, I would stop, get your fuel and tires, because you don't want to risk not being able to stop again. Now, realistically, these guys still have about 3 sets of fresh tires left, so that means they're good for this final stop if the caution doesn't come out now. And they should be good for a couple overtimes if their tires start to get wear on them. With 2 cars in front of the leader, though, that are lap cars, there might be a caution coming. Well, pit crews might want to get ready because I imagine these cars are going to start going down pit road. And even if the 18 goes by himself, which means he would there goes, slams the wall hard. That's Corey Heim.
Pit road is open. You good with this strategy? All right, get up on the wall and be ready.
So we're going to get the restart with 34 laps to go. Everybody should be good to make it to the end of the race.
10 away. Go, go, go.
Green flag back in the air. Even if it sends him to the rear, I imagine the 18's going to pit again under caution because he would rather be safe than sorry, and he knows he can race his way back through the field. So it's a 200 lapper here tonight, then we get a little break, 150 lapper, so at Nashville, and then back to the point side of things at Atlanta next Sunday. The 260 laps on that 1.5-mile super speedway. Then we're off to race on a road course. Those are the first 3 races of the season: Daytona, Atlanta, Coda. And of course, got to include Nashville in there, even though it's an exhibition event. So really, those are the first 4 Cup Series races of the season. Just one of them doesn't count for points. Chase Elliott. Oh, there goes Logano. Elliott has been able to get up to 2nd though. And honestly, this is where you're going to see him come down pit road. Because now 8 laps of fuel is gonna make the difference.
Coming to the green.
So everybody will have to restart at the tail end of the field. Chase Elliott in command. Now the high side has proven good here at Daytona because Ryan Preece was able to make it work in the dual race. So was Irving. So I imagine he's going to stick to the high side here. 30 laps to go in the Great American Race. Corey Heim trying to come up and interfere with some things.
One low. One inside. Three
Here
wide.
comes the 18.
One low. Three wide. Car low. Three wide.
He's got those
One
fresh
bottom.
tires, so he's going to go right through everybody.
Inside. Three wide. Clear high. Three wide. Outside door. One low. Three wide. Clear up top. One outside.
Oh! Ty Gibbs almost made Urban wreck
All clear.
Eric Jones
Clear
there.
outside. One on the bottom. One on the bottom. Car inside. Outside door.
Couple of scuffs on the 18
Clear
there.
inside. Clear outside. Outside door. Car outside. Three wide. Car outside. Clear low if you want it.
And
Clear
there
high.
goes Larson. He
Outside.
crashes.
Clear outside.
It's going to be all but 11 laps led by Urban unless Elliott leads another lap before he does. But that is caution flag number 10. Larson got sent. So Urban went down pit road by himself to guarantee himself enough fuel to make it to the end.
10 away. There's the green flag. Inside door.
Green flag back in the air.
One bottom. Clear low if you want it. One low. Clear low if you want it.
You see what fresh tires can do for you.
One
Oh, Bush.
outside. Three wide.
Here's the 18 at push there.
Three wide. Outside now. Three wide.
Urban's going to push
One
Busher
outside.
here.
Inside. One outside. Three wide. Car outside. One low. Three wide.
Ooh, we got
Four
four
wide.
wide here on
One
the track.
inside.
Bubba Wallace pushing the 18,
Three
but
wide.
the 18's got nowhere to go.
If you want it.
Now he's making some room, pushing William Byron.
Clear up top.
Switches to the outside to take him three
Three wide.
wide.
Goes out.
And the caution comes out for the
Pit road is
11th
open.
time. There's going to be a restart with 21 laps to go.
Coming to the green.
It's Irving and Byron on the front row.
Be ready now.
For the restart.
Green, green, green. One on the bottom. One on the bottom.
That was caution flag number 11 of the race. If I'm
Stay
the
high.
18, I'm sticking with Bubba Wallace here.
Clear all around.
Contact with
Clear
William
bottom.
Byron there. I think he's trying to side draft him.
Clear bottom.
I think
One
the
low.
18 has what it takes for these guys to try to get low. Ooh, get a little loopy there. And now he can't get low because Elliott's there.
Stay high.
But he's going to give the 18 a massive run. He's going to go to the outside
We're out front driving.
and take the
Clear
lead
side.
away from Byron. Elliott's in the inside, but Byron still hangs on to it. Ooh. Rushed by Byron here.
One low.
And there goes Blaney,
Clear
coming
low.
to 20 to go. He
Caution.
crashes and the caution comes out.
Pit road's open this time.
So it's going to be 17 laps to go. That's the 12th caution of the race. We might get some overtime.
Green,
Looks
green.
like that's the way it's trending.
Outside door.
Back to green we go.
Still there.
This is where we're probably going to see caution flags really go up. It's go time. 17 to go. What would you do to win the Great American Race? The 18 of Irvine kind of went it for the 7th straight season.
Stay low.
He's got a challenge behind him. Elliott going to the outside of Byron.
Stay low.
It's going to be 3 wide. Ooh, the 18
Clear
goes
low.
up the track, comes back down in front of the 17 to block him. Three wide behind the leader. Now it's 3 wide behind Byron. Blaney back up there on the top 5 after the spin. Coming to 15 to go. Laps to go in the Great American Race. The field's starting to separate itself from each other. We know that 12th caution was not the last of this one. A couple of scratches on that number 18, but he's not concerned about it. Kozlowski back up to second there. Oh, look at Michael McDowell. He won the Daytona 500 in 2021. Cole Custer comes into the mix. DeMont, if you want to send it to me again, because it's been so long, I don't even remember it, to be honest. Denny Hamlin for the first time tonight. He was originally supposed to start second. He's raced his way into the top 5. Kyle Busch up to second. It's going to be a good start to the 2026 season for a lot of these guys. Green Poland quadruple duty this weekend, racing in ARCA all the way up to Cup. He's already ran the truck race. You can say he's already ran the Cup race. He's just got O'Reilly and ARCA to run. than 10 laps to go. Top 5 looks different than it has all day. Except for position 1, which looks different a couple of times up there. But most of the day it's been the 18. The number 18 back in the Cup Series, back in the Cup Series for the first time since 2022. The last time it went to victory lane was with Kyle Busch at the Bristol Dirt Race.
To go.
10 laps to go in the Great American Race. The next time we come here after tonight, we'll be kicking off the Cup Series playoffs for round of 16. The second Daytona race, the Coke Zero Sugar 400, has been moved to the playoffs. It's the first race of the round of 16. So that's one of the changes made. Atlanta, which we're going to next week, has been moved back into the playoffs. It was a part of the playoffs 2 seasons ago. So the first 2 races this season are going to be playoff races as well. Less than 10 laps to go. To go next time by at the line. Just 7 more laps. Irvine will have earned his right to race for a championship later this season. Busch has raced his way up to second. It'll be a great start to the new season for him. If he can hang on. He would love a caution, though. A chance to win the Daytona 500 for the first time in his career. He's hoping that caution comes out, because remember, once we get to the white flag, the race is official. The next flag ends it. Five to go signal is in the air for the 18 of Birmingham.
5 to go now.
Look at that. Kyle Busch's former car is in front of him. And if the caution comes out, he has a chance to beat it, stop the winning streak of Birmingham, and win his first ever Daytona 500. Meanwhile, Urban is hoping he gets to the white flag under green, so that way the next flag can end the race. Laps to go. So, 2 more chances for the caution to come out before the white flag. Kyle Busch is running out of chances. Alright, here we go. White flag. One lap to go. Presented by Color Lane Bench.
One more time, buddy. One more time. Straight and smooth.
Now, unless if he has a problem, it's going to be a 7th straight Daytona 500 win for Urban. And a guaranteed spot in the playoffs. He's going to build momentum heading into next week and Wednesday's race. And even though it's an exhibition race, Wednesday is still a race. And that last place car there will be relieved because he will not be caught before the end of this thing. If he turns 3 and 4 for the final time, it is a win for Urban in the Daytona 500 for the 7th straight year. Who's going to win it at Daytona?
Amazing win. You just never cease to amaze us, driver.
And it's the first time in 4 years that the number 18 has visited victory lane in the Nascar Cup Series.
As the session comes to a close, let's take a look at the results.
So your final top 10, Urban, Busch, Larson, Stenhouse, Wallace, Blaney, Logano, Keselowski, Bowman, and Cindric. It's a top 20 for Zilish in his debut. That won't work. Okay. Alright. It is time for the burnout and post-race celebrations. And since it ended at night, we're going to skip over practice, so that way it's a nighttime burnout.
Time to do this. Okay, stay smooth, hit our marks, and bring it home.
You know, like I said, I think it would be cool, though, if they added the dual races into the game, but since it's qualifying for the 500, I wish that they would just add it into the 500. So when you select to run the 500, you have to do the practice, or you could do the practice, the qualifying, the dual races, and then the 500. That to me would make the most sense. But it's a Polish victory lap for Urban here. This is the first time we've done a burnout in a qualifying session. And that's because since the race finished at night, we figured it would make sense for the burnout to be at night. So Kyle Busch gets a second place finish, first race of the year. A lot of guys are going to go home happy. A lot of guys will have to do some work. I think 18 makes some contact with the outside. They're not going to matter, so you can get a little damage in there. But, we got some work to do heading into Atlanta next week. Now, of course, like we said, we got that exhibition race. So there's a little bit sigh of relief. You start off the season not so good, and then you head to Nashville, but it's not a points Nashville race. So if you're terrible at Nashville, it doesn't really matter. The way I see it, your crew has a week to prepare your car for Atlanta, like it normally would be. But the exhibition race, the class of 2026 race at Nashville, is a chance for you to make your car better heading into Atlanta even, because you can tell your crew what's wrong with the car you're racing in Nashville, and then they could add to the car that you're going to race at Atlanta next Sunday. But anyways, folks, that's going to do it from Daytona. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you Wednesday night at Nashville for more Cup Series action. But later, and coming up in 1 hour, so around 9 o'clock, will be the ARCA Menards Series, Menards 200 race season opener for the ARCA Menards Series, and then tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, will be the season opener for the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Until then, so long. Thanks for watching. Urban wins the Daytona 500.